Welcome back, everyone, to the Popcorn Podcast. We don't do the episode number anymore. I forgot. But we're here today to talk about Robert Eggers' newest film, Nosferatu. Ryan wanted me to do it in the Count Orlok voice, but I can't roll my R's.
So dumb. You need to try.
I can't. I just did it for you.
You got to do it again now.
I'm not doing it on the
It was
podcast.
great. It's just it's the front of your tongue. It's not hard.
That's what happens when I try to roll my R's.
You could never speak Spanish.
No, I can't. I can't at all.
You'd never do it.
But we're here to review it.
I might learn Spanish just as a personal attack against you. Just roll my R's.
But yeah, we're here to review Nosferatu, the newest film in Robert Eggers' filmography, starring Lily Rose Depp, Nicholas Hoult, Willem Dafoe, and Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Bill Skarsgård, of course, as the infamous Count Orlok. But before we get into that, we haven't done an episode in a little bit, so we got to give an update on why. So we went away on vacation, then we came back, then I got really sick, and now we're back.
Yeah.
So I got mono.
You got mono again. You gave it to your poor, wonderful girlfriend.
Sorry, Sam.
Sure.
You're an asshole. But
now you're not going to be able to drink on St. Patrick's Day or your birthday.
I'm drinking on St. Patrick's Day. I've had it. I'm going to say I had it at the beginning of December.
No, yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah, your liver,
it's all right. If
it'll fix
if that's
itself.
What's going to ruin it, then
yeah, you're a healthy enough guy now.
Yeah. But yeah, how are you doing, Ryan?
Building an ox. I'm doing. That's about it. I'm just doing post Christmas. Just nothing's going on. Waiting for school to start back up again. Just dreading that, and then that'll be that. Oh, so excited.
I was gonna say you sound really happy about it.
I'm very happy.
But yeah, so Nosferatu currently has a 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb. It has an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes critically, an 8 out of 10 on Screen Rant, and it has a 74% audience score. And so far, the critic consensus is marvelously orchestrated by director Robert Eggers. Nosferatu is a behemoth of a horror film that is equal parts repulsive and seductive.
I don't know about seductive. It's pretty gross.
I didn't think it was seductive at all. Like, people were saying it was a horny movie. I didn't feel like it was a horny movie.
I feel like it is a horny movie, but then when the horniness, comes to a head, it's like, oh, it's not. You know what I mean? It's just gross. Like, no, Count Orlok is a horny motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's only in it for.
Yeah, that's the whole point. But then when you finally see him, get down to business, it's disgusting.
That scene is disgusting.
Yeah, it is amazing to see. Like, it's totally the point of just showing him. It's not a sexy vampire movie. It's just the disgusting, super animalistic, which was way better. It was very cool to watch. So I'm glad they did that. But yeah, it wasn't fun to watch.
Definitely not a fun thing to watch. But, sorry, the new update I hate on iPhones.
Yeah.
It messes with my notes app.
Oh, you took notes?
No, I was pulling up my score thing.
Oh.
But, yeah, this film, as I said, I went through the cast. And, of course, Robert Eggers directs it. And like all Robert Eggers films, which I tend to really enjoy, it has a very dark atmosphere. It's very bland, like look-wise. Like, there's not a bunch of bright colors. It's a very neutral looking movie.
Yeah, because he's a massive history dork. So he makes it as accurate as possible. So if it's set in like 1870s Germany, it's not going to look bright and shiny. Like,
I'm going to be happy.
It's gross.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything right off the bat, but what are your initial thoughts?
I feel like it's weird because this is a horror movie that you were way excited for than me, and I ended up liking it more than you, which, well, you can talk about when you talk about it. I know your main disappointments, but I thought it was a great movie. I mean, I don't have anything against it. I think Eggers did his thing again. Just the setting is kind of the main character of this. It's like a Batman movie with Gotham. It's
a character in itself.
Yeah, it is. Not to say that any of the performances were bad. I thought they were all great, especially Skarsgård as Count Orlok himself was just phenomenal. Like, you cannot tell it's Skarsgård. Even the voice was, I mean, it's incredible he learned to do that with his own voice. And everybody else was great. I think my main problem is Aaron Taylor Johnson, who he wasn't bad at all performance wise, but just his kind of like storyline was kind of meh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It felt like they just kind of added some extra bodies and just, I guess they added it to give Lily Rose Depp, I forget the character names, to give her like more characterization and more to do throughout the movie. We're not just following Nicholas Holt the entire time and then suddenly we're back with her. And, it was a good idea to add something for her to do throughout the story when he's away. But at the same time, how, that side storyline ends, it just, it felt okay. It didn't feel like it was amazing. I think that was my kind of main drawback from this movie, that stuff was a little disappointing to me, just how it all ended. But everything else in the movie was great. I thought, the scares were good. The few like scares that they were, it was much more atmospheric, and the atmosphere was incredible. When you're in the castle towards the beginning, when you first meet Count Orlok, I mean, that was probably the best part of the movie. And everything else after that just kept up. So I was pretty happy with it. I don't think it was incredible, but I thought it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
But I know you had some pretty big disappointments, so I'll let you talk about that.
So, yes, walking out of it, I was definitely very angry. Like I had because again, I did what I should never do, or I don't think is a big thing in movies that people shouldn't do.
You got your expectations.
You should never go in with higher expectations because all you're gonna do is hurt the movie. Mm-hmm. But when you go in, that's why I think I like Craven more than other people, like, because I really went in expecting
dog shit,
which was bad, but it wasn't as bad as Madame Web or Morbius. Like, so I think I need to get better at when I love a movie, like an idea of a movie, I need to go in with no expectations, which I do. I think I did good with Dune 2. I feel like I did good with Dune, with The Northman, which me and you both loved, Licorice Pizza, like all these kind of movies are movies that I feel like
you go way back.
I was me and my dad were talking about stuff, and there's a fan question that kind of goes back to Licorice Pizza.
We got fan questions?
I did do fan questions.
That's exciting.
I know.
Wow.
So there were some good ones I wanted. But I'm a huge fan of the 1922 take, the original Nosferatu, Symphony of Horror silent film. And I think the look is unbelievable. I think the way that they designed the character of Nosferatu, Count Orlok, in the original is so scary. Because I meant to save it on my phone. I was going to show you. It's a behind the scenes photo of them filming that. Mm-hmm. And he's just sitting there, just in between takes. Yeah. And I would have been terrified on set. And he's just looking at the camera, and the way that they did his eyes, it looks like they're glowing, even behind scenes. Yeah. Behind the scenes, which look really cool. So I think I went in expecting to see that. Mm-hmm. And when I saw what we got, which is not a bad look, but it's very distracting when you're not expecting it. Yeah. But then we read more about it and why Eggers did it. He wanted it to look like a Transylvanian. Yeah. And it made sense, which has made me grow my enjoyment on this movie, because I'm I was being a little too harsh. I was expecting something, got my expectations.
It doesn't look like an alien creature.
It doesn't look like an alien. It looks like a vampire.
No.
What I think a vampire looks like.
No other vampire looks like, besides the fucking Demeter movie that came out.
Because that's Nosferatu.
I know, but...
Well, it's Count Orlok.
It's whatever. It's Dracula.
Not Dracula.
Whatever, dude. I don't know. You're the vampire guy.
It's cooler than Dracula. Dracula's a bitch.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of vampire guys, my dad, huge vampire guy, hated this movie. Fell asleep twice.
We also knew your dad wasn't going to like
it. Yeah. I tried so hard to get him to watch The Northman, but it wasn't... First of all, I looked it up, went on Google. It said available on Hulu. Went to Hulu. The Northman was not on Hulu, so that was upsetting already. I just wanted to I wanted my dad to watch an Eggers movie before he saw this. Yeah. I couldn't get it done. So I think he just went in and was like, what the fuck is going on? He had no idea what he was in for.
I really like the Northman's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's a great take on Norse mythology, Vikings, the whole shebang.
Just yoke dudes having fun.
Yoke dudes throwing spears, fighting at volcanoes.
Yeah, sick.
We didn't get a ticket for that. We got a ticket the next time we went to Philly.
Yeah, which one was that?
Babylon.
You're right.
Assholes. Yeah, what was I was talking about? Oh, I was talking about the design. That was my biggest flaw going with the movie. And the more I sit with it, I really liked what you said. I loved Aaron Taylor Johnson's performance. I liked his character. It seemed like his story kind of ran out of gas quick, though. Mm-hmm. I liked that he was the friend. That he was taking care of her while he was gone.
Yeah.
And then his story just falls off a cliff. Like there's nothing anymore.
Yeah.
All the substance was gone.
Yeah. It feels like once Nicholas Hoult gets home, it's like, all right, he has nothing really to do anymore. And then he just kind of goes and he's trying to protect his family is like where his story goes to.
But it's like a shitty way of doing it.
Yeah.
Like how they play it. So yeah, that was very frustrating for me. Just because I really like Aaron Taylor Johnson. I always like the kind of characters that are denying something. But I thought it was going to be one of those characters denying. And then he's like, oh shit, this is real. Like I can, and I thought he was going to make a difference in the film, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
So that was something I didn't like. And again, I'm a sucker for Anya Taylor-Joy. I've talked about her a lot on the show, how much I'm a fan of hers. And I like Lily Rose Depp. I've softened up to her performance. I think the way her physical acting was incredible because there were some body moves she does in this that look very painful.
Yeah.
I just would have really liked to see Anya Taylor-Joy just because I know how well she works with Robert Eggers, and you've seen her do it before.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's my biggest what if thought on it.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I mean,
I think she is better than I said. She was miscast originally, Lily Rose Depp.
Yeah,
I do not agree with that anymore.
Yeah, I think she did a great job. It just you can always think about that, like what if?
Because I mean, she was cast, she was set to be in it.
Yeah.
So was Harry Styles, which is insane. And Nicholas Hoult took over his thing because I think Nicholas Hoult. My dad did not like him.
I thought he was great.
Yeah, my dad did not. My dad thought he was miscast.
This dude's a great actor.
I love Nicholas Hoult, and this made me even more sold on him being Lex Luthor, just because everything I've seen him in really, like he plays Beast, I get that, but at the same time, it's very different than playing Lex Luthor. So it's cool to see him in a more dramatic role with such a big director under it.
Yeah,
so I really liked it. So I said a 64. It's the score I gave this when we walked out of it.
What?
Yeah, I was really angry. Okay. Whoops.
I didn't know you were that angry. You hit it well.
I did. But I've definitely changed my views on this. I definitely don't think it's as good as the critics are saying it is.
Okay.
But I still think it's good, but I think it's the weakest movie in his filmography to me.
I think that's fair. I mean, just looking at his 3 other movies.
Sorry, I was just emails.
It's tough to say. There's a bad one. There's not.
Yeah, there's no this, and
to
say this is your weakest film is still a very high mark.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just The Witch, The Lighthouse, and The Northman. Should have done The Nosferatu. You got to keep the going.
The Nosferatu.
Yeah,
or you should have called the Symphony of, or it should have been Nosferatu, the Symphony of Horror. If you want to keep the.
Yeah, but that's dorky as shit. Nosferatu's good. Yeah, but with the look, because I know that was kind of your biggest thing. I don't think it was that bad at all. I think it kind of makes him feel more human, which is more scary to me. Like that this was, he's a vampire now, but I'm sure
he's a
vampires
soldier.
Work. At some point, he was a person, and then he got turned into this fucking demon. And so I think it makes sense to have him have the comb over and the big bushy mustache.
Big bushy mustache.
I mean, I thought it was cool, and I liked seeing him, jump out of the.
That was actually a pretty cool shot.
Jump out of the coffin, you see his big, scaly dick hanging out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why did you just say scaly?
Shocking.
Nicholas Hoult has that hanging in his house now.
His dick?
The prosthetic.
Why?
It was given to him.
Why is that the keepsake?
It was given to him by Robert Eggers.
Ew.
I want to meet Robert Eggers, but I feel like the dude's kind of like, I feel like me and him wouldn't have like a great sit down. If he invites
you, he's like, come have dinner at my house. You're like, no. Just go to a restaurant or something. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to see all the torture devices in your basement.
Yeah, what do you got in your house?
Yeah, but I don't mind the look at all. I think it looked pretty good, and I love the costume too. Just a big fucking jacket. Yeah, it was great.
I was up for that.
And the fingers were great. The long, pointy ass nails looked really good. The skin looked great. Just all peeling off. It's disgusting.
The holes in his skin were. Yeah. I do have a cool little what's it called?
Yeah, it was really good. I think to go back, my favorite part of the movie was when Nicholas Hoult first gets to the castle when he's talking to him. Just all that stuff in the castle was the best part of the movie to me, and especially when he cuts his finger on accident, and just before you see his whole face, just the eyes. I mean, it was
they like lock on them.
Yeah, was great. It's like, be careful, dude.
Dude, you didn't talk about it. Me and Joseph talked about it in the movie when we were seeing it. The one of the coolest shots in the entire thing was Nicholas Holtz talking to him when they first meet.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on this shoulder of him. So if I'm Orlok, Nicholas Holt's in like right in front of him, and he's like talking to him, and he steps out of frame, and the camera pans, and he's pouring him a glass of wine on the other side of him.
Yeah,
which felt very similar to the
he's like teleporting.
Yeah, like he's just so fast, and then it looks like he's floating in certain shots.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's definitely some parts of this movie that I think were absolutely incredible. Everything at the castle I thought was great.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted more of the castle.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe that was something else I wanted more, just because I wanted more of him being a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
When it felt like more which I guess he's the older kind of style of vampire, where it's more like a warlock, kind of, like they can put spells and curses.
He's a demon.
Yeah, it's not what I think of when I think of a vampire.
It's not True Blood. Like it's
okay,
not.
I'm not saying True Blood.
This isn't fucking Twilight.
Hey,
yeah.
He thanked Robert Pattinson for the love he's brought vampires. But yeah, I was very mean to this movie at first, but I definitely have turned my thoughts around a little bit.
Come around a bit.
I've come around on it.
Yeah. I will say though, complaint that I've seen like only a couple people talk about. How does Nicholas Hoult get back so fast? I know he rides.
Yeah, I didn't know how long I couldn't tell how long it had been.
Yeah, like obviously a lot of time has passed because the ship that brings Nosferatu to Germany, whatever city they were in, like it's not like a steam. It was a fucking sailboat. That shit probably took weeks.
I
know, like, yeah, in the original, you can like, kind of see that time go by. In this one, it's
quick.
Yeah, I think they should have spent a little bit more time on the traveling back to Germany because it feels like Nosferatu gets there in like a week and that's it. Like I just feel like that's such a big part of the movie. The original is like the sailors trying to figure out what's going on, and like every other day one is like dying from the plague, and I feel like they just kind of skipped over that part of the movie.
Yeah, the plague part wasn't as big a part of the story as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and when Nicholas Hoult gets back, it kind of feels very sudden. It's like it was a 6-week trip there with supplies and your horse, and then he just kind of shows up with some random horse. You're like, well, how did this?
Just like hanging on to the horse.
Yeah, and he does the cliche. Of course, he gets there and immediately collapses when he finally gets there. It's like, all right, dude. I feel like they should have just spent a little bit more time kind of fleshing out that part of the movie.
Yeah, I also wanted more of like the group that like saves him, the nuns. Like I thought that was gonna be a pretty important part of the movie.
Yeah, same with
very quick.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna stick more like because I think I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of talking out of my ass, but I feel like we were saying with the Aaron Taylor Johnson stuff wasn't great for us. I kind of wish they stuck more with like the gypsies who were outside, who were like killing the vampire. Like
that was a really cool scene as well.
What the fuck was going on? They're just bringing a naked lady. I thought they were going to sacrifice the lady, and then they just dug up the vampire and stabbed him. And then, like, I thought that stuff was super cool, and I kind of wish we spent more time with that and figured out what was going on. It was a very effective scene of just like showing how Nicholas Hoult is completely out of his element. He has no idea what he's doing, but he's kind of realizing like, oh, I kind of fucked up coming here. It was really good, but yeah, I wish we got more. And those nuns, like you were saying, it was really cool how they were kind of like not fighting, but they knew what was going on and they knew how to save him and like
they're saying you're not like saved yet. You're not.
Yeah,
you're not safe.
Yeah. So I wish maybe, obviously, it's not my job to change the movie, but if you would remove some of the Aaron Taylor Johnson stuff, maybe not entirely, but a decent amount, and kind of focused more on fleshing out that stuff, you could have shown some cool stuff, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like Nicholas Holt's story was much more entertaining.
Yeah.
I was much more invested in that. Not that I wasn't invested in Lily Rose Depp, because I thought her part was pretty cool. That like his just the main story of Nosferatu is he's just obsessed with this girl. But what you're saying, like the gypsies was so cool. I wanted to see more of them. I wanted to see more of the nuns. I wanted to see way more of him inside the castle.
Yeah.
I want so much more of Count Orlok and him, because I thought every scene that they did together and the fear that Nicholas Hoult has during those scenes was so cool, and I just wanted more.
Yeah. And I know you're supposed to say Romany now, but they called them gypsies in the movie, so I'm saying gypsy. I don't mean anything by it.
What are you supposed to call them now?
Romany, I think. I don't know. It's tough because we're American and they're not here. So, this is just I'm basically basing it off of Peaky Blinders. But yeah. I don't know. I feel like they could have focused on some other things. But it also I'm only saying that because I found that stuff to be cool. They didn't really add much to the story. Like if you
No.
think about that scene, it was really just adding a cool scene to kind of show like vampires, how people out there already know what's going on. It wasn't really changing the story at all. It was just showing some cool shit. I would like to see some more cool shit. But yeah, but when Nosferatu finally gets to Germany, I thought all that shit was great. All the plague stuff and just watching the city
Fall
just
apart.
fall apart
I wanted
immediately.
more of that though. Like I wanted.
Yeah,
We didn't get enough.
yeah. I feel like also I would have liked to know how long it was happening because I don't remember. The doctor guys may have said like it's been they may have said like a number of days or something, but I don't remember it. I feel like when
I
you're
thought they said it was
watching
like
it,
3 days. Like it felt like it was so fast. Like there
yeah,
was no time building.
yeah. I feel like you should have kind of showed that because obviously we get the when Nosferatu goes, he's like, "You have 3 days before I kill you," all that shit. But like the plague's already happening a decent amount by then, so
True.
I wish we kind of just got a little bit of like an outline of like it's been a week and we're still trying to figure stuff out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just tell us how much time is passing. But if it was like a week that he was in Germany and just all that shit went down, that is pretty scary too because it adds a lot of stakes to how bad this plague is. So yeah, I don't know. I just wish they kind of fleshed out how much time had passed in certain scenes, like when Thomas comes back. That was his name, Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah, just thinking that right off the dome. Just remembered it.
It's like you know someone that has the same name.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's crazy. Yeah, but how much time the plague was going on for, how much time it took Thomas to get back. I wish we just kind of got a little bit more, just like a line of just a throwaway, just, oh, it's been a month, just something like that. Because when you're watching it, it kind of feels like it's all happening very quickly until the end when you get the Nosferatu, 3 days left, and then you have a sense of time. But,
and it's the 3 days goes by like that.
yeah.
Like it doesn't really feel like 3 days.
I don't know.
I mean, they show the night. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
I feel like it did. To me, that felt good because they always show it like in the daytime, they go and talk to the doctors or whatever, and then the night happens. Like you see every night happen. So that was good for me because you could get a sense of how much time is passing and the kind of dread that's coming in that final day when Willem Dafoe's like, can't really do anything. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's like, I've kind of just been keeping your husband away so he doesn't freak out.
You kind of know what you have to do.
What's his name was really good in this too. I meant to. Oh, Ralph Ineson.
Yeah.
Dr. Wilhelm.
Yeah, he was
another new superhero character.
Yeah,
another new superhero villain.
Galactus.
He's gonna play Galactus.
He's coming. Perfect voice for Galactus. All right, what else you got?
Bill Skarsgård was, as we said, unbelievable. It was really cool to hear him talk about how he did it, and he worked with an opera singer to really get his voice into that vibrato and have it. Because people were like, "Oh, it has to be edited a little bit to have that like noise to it," and it didn't. It was fully how he sounded, which is unbelievable.
I'm sure they added like some echo to
but they said like how it sounded like it was rumbling. It sounded like that in like on set.
Yeah, it's just raspy as shit.
Lily Rose Depp, Emma Corrin. I wanted her to have more.
Oh, Emma Corrin, yeah.
I like Emma Corrin as an actress too, especially I really liked her in Deadpool.
Yeah, she was good.
But
yeah, the raspiness in your voice. You know how you get that? According to Frank Sinatra.
How?
And Nancy Reagan. Is a story. Apparently, if you want to have a good like rasp in your voice, you can sing well. You eat an apple, and then you throw it up, and it adds a nice rasp to your voice. That's how Sinatra did it, supposedly. Nancy Reagan taught him that.
Ew.
Yeah. It's very interesting. So I wonder if he did that.
Okay.
Ate an apple and just...
Blech. Blech. That's disgusting.
Ew. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Full on spoilers, though. With the Emma Corrin stuff. Her death was pretty cool, though. You don't even see her death.
Yeah.
With that scene when it just drops the kids.
Yeah, that and the noise it made.
So good.
Oh. Good is so chilling is
Come on, dog.
what I would probably say.
You know I was good. You know what type of movie this is. It's good.
I don't know if good is the right word.
I think good's the right word.
Well made. Okay. Good sounds weird saying it about two children being murdered.
Yeah, but in this, it's a vampire movie. You're waiting for that to happen. You're like, damn, that was good. That was a good
Good
scene.
as
That shit ruled.
that shit was dope. Trying to think of other things. Oh, Willem was great.
Oh yeah, a ton of fun.
Dude's just a fucking nut in all
Yeah.
these movies.
Yeah.
Every Robert Eggers film, he just plays a wacky dude.
Dude, him in the North, so funny. Just the fucking
Him in The Lighthouse
caveman.
is.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the most wild characters of all time. Oh, can you imagine like filming that? Because they said it was Lee Eggers, those two, and like 3 camera people, just in this tiny little room, and they're just dancing, screaming.
Yeah, just drinking ethanol,
banging a mermaid, living the life. But yeah, I think Robert Eggers' strongest thing in his career and as a director, and especially in this film, is the sets.
Oh yeah.
Because did you see that picture of them walking out of the set?
Mm-mm.
It was Nicholas Hoult, Ralph
Heinsohn.
Innocent. How do you say it?
I don't know. It could be Innocent. It could be Heinsohn. I don't know.
Whatever. And Nicholas Hoult, and they're walking out of like the city, like they're off the set. It was just cargo things that they like built against.
Really?
Yeah, it looked really cool, like from the outside looking at it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But like the fact that he builds these super immersive, like it, again, feels like you can go through the screen and be in these spots.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely love that about not just this film, but everything that Robert Eggers does. Everything feels so realistic, and I can be there. Like The Northman has some great villages that they built for that.
Yeah,
but yeah, I love all the filmmaking aspects of it. There's just a couple things that aren't even bad. It's just I went in expecting, and your brain gets turned off by certain things when it's not how you thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's more
yeah,
my gist of my review.
Yeah, you were more disappointment than anger or anything like that.
Yeah, I was angry because I was disappointed.
Yes.
I was probably more angry at my own thought process than anything.
Yeah.
But
all right, you got fan questions?
I do.
What do you got?
But the fan questions are for the next episode.
Oh, you're gonna tease them like that?
Yeah. So let me get them to go listen to the next one.
That's fucked up.
What was I gonna say though? There was
I don't know.
What came up that I was talking about Nosferatu with the fan questions? Who we got? Something about directors, but oh yeah, I see it now. Okay, no, we'll talk about that in the next episode.
Jesus, dude.
But we just wanted to, because we want to give you guys. We feel bad that we took so long, so we want to do 2 episodes. So yeah, so we're kind of gonna tease you guys about the fan questions. But
he is not me. This isn't my fault. Get mad at him.
Team effort.
I suggested we just do one long episode with the 2 movies because we're reviewing A Complete Unknown, Bob Dylan movie.
You just want to do 1 episode then?
Nah, let's do 2.
Okay. Well, anything else you want to add? Oh, you gotta give me your score. That's what I want to say.
84.
84.
It's a good movie.
It's a good score.
Yeah. I mean, there's people like the Lights, Camera, Barstool guys. They have it like, I think one guy has his 4th best movie of the year. A lot of people like this movie.
I don't think it's gonna be on my best and worst list.
It might be on mine just because
I've been trying to work on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Watch Sonora.
Did you?
Unbelievable.
I still gotta watch it
On Amazon.
I know.
I'm seeing Baby Girl tomorrow.
Ew. Bring napkins.
Ew. Gross. I'm gonna give it an 81.
All right. It's not far off.
Yeah. Not far off. But again, I went into this thinking I was gonna give like a 94.
Yeah.
Bad on my part.
Bad. It's a bad decision.
But
terrible choice.
Ryan, what is your recommendation of the week?
My recommendation is going to be on my top 10 list for certain. It's Kneecap. The Irish rap music
Listen to the
movie. It was very fun. It was very good. Editing was great. The characters, I mean, they're playing themselves basically. So, you know, the characters are just super fun. It was just a good movie. It was just a fun time. You can't understand half the shit they're saying, even when they're speaking English. But, you know, it's a good time. Definitely recommend it. And it's on Netflix. It's not hard to find. I thought I was going to have to like rent it on Amazon or something, but no, it's right on Netflix. How about you, Tom? What's your recommendation?
My recommendations of the week. I'm actually looking at something I sent my dad.
Oh.
Like that I can use.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I can't find it. I'm going to recommend the Grand Budapest Hotel, one of my top 25, top 30 movies of all time, and my probably top 3 favorite directors in Wes Anderson. And my dad was like, "There's no easy in your top 3," and we were going through directors because of a fan question. But I think I just love Wes Anderson because every movie's good. There's no bad movie, and they're just like you talked about when we did the Asteroid City review. It's not some crazy movie or anything like that. It's just super simple. It's peaceful. It's relaxing. It's funny.
Somebody's banging Tilda Swinton.
That's a jump. But yeah, so I'm going to recommend the Grand Budapest Hotel. But you can also watch Fantastic Mr. Fox, Isle of Dogs, Asteroid City.
They're all good.
Yeah, they're all they're all good.
Yeah, it's Wes Anderson.
Bangers.
Don't miss.
Banger after banger after banger. But yeah, that is all we have for our Nosferatu review. Now, you can go right after this episode and go watch our next episode, which will probably be out the day after this one comes out. And that'll be our review of A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan story. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Oh, thanks to one of our new sponsors. God damn it, I got the name wrong. So Sick Supplements for the new pre-workout. Ryan, don't cover your face.
This is your fault.
I know, my bad. But yeah, really good pre-workout. I was using it today. Feel good. Muscles feel good. Big old biceps.
Yeah, you're not even wearing a hoodie. You feel great. There's snow on the ground. He's wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
And my new Air Forces, my new t-shirt. I got 2. Dude, I literally bought 2 of this shirt. One's just black and yellow. Same design.
What is that?
It's a horseshoe.
Does it say Dallas on there?
Dallas, Texas.
You can't wear that around here.
Yeah, I can.
You can't do that.
It doesn't say cowboy.
You cannot do that.
It does have a cowboy in the
Yeah.
It doesn't have the star. That's all that matters. But I literally bought the exact same shirt in tan.
Great.
Because I was like, I like it. I want a different color.
Okay.
Which I'm wearing tomorrow for my date.
It's wonderful. Yeah, you're wearing it to the fucking, I don't know.
We're going bowling, baby girl dinner.
Ew.
What?
I can't believe you're seeing that movie. You wanted to see that movie so bad.
I do want to see the movie. I like those kind of movies.
I know.
I like the erotic
You're
films.
a freak.
Dude, I watched Basic Instinct yesterday for the first time.
Why?
I wanted to see it.
Okay.
It's a horny ass movie. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of bad. It's kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see the scene, and I missed it.
What do you mean you missed it?
I went and did laundry. I didn't pause it. And I came back and I was like, oh, it's probably near the end. And I missed it.
No.
Have you seen it? Basic Instinct?
I've seen that scene. Well, every young man has seen that scene. You watch one Watch Mojo video.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen the Watch Mojo out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode, and we'll be back in the next
Top 10
episode.
most paused moments of all time.
Number 1, Basic Instinct,
Ooh.
cross legs.
Yeah.